Last night it was a duel in the desert as Johnny Cueto struck out 11 and gave up just 2 hits. But Patrick Corbin, well, he took a no-hitter into the 8th inning and ended with a 1-hit complete game shutout. Chris Stratton is coming off one of the best starts of his career, and tonight he tries to be the stopper for a Giants team that's lost 4 straight. It's game 2 of the series, and it's coming up next. We are back in the desert, and we're coming to you from Chase Field as we get ready for game 2 of this 3-game series. Giants Diamondbacks. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and is powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Great pitchers duel last night, and we'll see if there's some offense tonight. And the Giants are hoping that Chris Stratton can pitch well and snap this 4-game losing streak.
Well, that's the goal. But since he got put in to the rotation last August, Chris Stratton has had an ERA of 2.42. That ranks him 4th in the National League. So he's very capable of stopping this losing streak. For the Giants, they need to hit. Things that they have not done well. They have not done well on the road. They have not done well against left-handers. So what do? Well, they're on the road. They see another lefty, Robbie Ray. So Bruce Bochy put Hunter Pence in the number 2 spot, had a little bit of a meeting, and basically it's going to throw them out there and see how they do.
Yep, and Longoria, which is good news, is back in the lineup. All right, should be fun here tonight in Phoenix. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box.
Back here at Chase Field where the roof is open. The panels are open. Inner game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The boardwalk is open. Visit beachboardwalk.com for park hours. 82 degrees outside, 78 inside, no humidity, open roof. The lineup to face Robbie Ray, Jackson, Pence McCutcheon, and then Buster Posey. Welcome back, Evan Longoria, after a one-game absence. Then it's Belt. Belt last night 1 for 3, followed by Tomlinson in for Panic. Crawford will hit 8th and Stratton 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Diamondbacks will be the left-hander Robbie Ray. Ray, 26 years old. He's in his 4th year at the big league level. 6'2", 210-pounder. And this is what he has done in 3 starts. 2-0 with a 5.74 ERA. 15 2/3 innings pitched. Look at the strikeouts. 23, but look at the walks. 11 walks and 15 2/3, and that has been the challenge for Robbie Ray. Got a good fastball that'll go low to mid-90s, more mids than lows. Got a good curveball slider combination, an occasional changeup, very occasional. Been struggling with his mechanics, and but he's got good stuff. He's a guy that can pitch inside.
Here's Jackson. Jackson in the leadoff spot now for the 2nd game in this series. And the first pitch of the ball game is high and away. So we get started at, all right, let me guess, 6:40.
Right on time, baby.
And the 1-0 to Jackson is high and away. It's, no, check that, a call strike by Phil Cuzzy.
Cuzzy is a low ball umpire. I mean, he'll give a few belts. He doesn't have big corners, but you'll see a lot of low strikes.
And that pitch is high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Rest of the umpires, Hallion, Siegel, and Bellino from 1st to 3rd.
Robbie Ray against the Giants lifetime 4-1 with a 2.82 ERA. So he's always done well against San Francisco.
2-2.
And he brought a good fastball into this game. That last one at 95. That's what you're going to get. Problem he's been having is he has a little fly in his front shoulder. He'll miss a lot of pitches up.
Hunter Pence. And then McCutcheon. And the 2-2 pitch coming up to Austin Jackson. And it's in the dirt. Jackson, a lot of offers last night. Jackson was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. I mean, look, there's a lot of offers on both sides. So that's the beauty of baseball. You get to strap it on and come out and play the very next day. At least you hope you do. So Ray nods and throws. And there's a walk.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Robbie Ray tonight for the Diamondbacks. Starting their outfield from left to right. It's going to be Peralta, Pollock, and Dyson. The best arm in right field with Dyson. It's a good one. Ahmed and Descalso, they're on the left side of the infield. Marte and Goldschmidt on the right side. Alex Avila, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Here's Hunter Pence. Pence 0 for 3 last night with a couple of strikeouts. Does have a little bit of ownage on Robbie Ray. He's 7 for 13 lifetime. And he fouls the first pitch back and out of play. He's got a couple of doubles in those 7 hits. Game yesterday was a fast game. It took 2 hours and 5 minutes. And Bruce Bochy reminded us before the game today that, and we had a delay at the start of the game. Remember, the mound was not to Johnny Cueto's liking. That took probably an extra 5 to 6 to 7 minutes. And it actually could have been a game under 2 hours. Which in this day and age, that's unheard of.
That's a dinosaur.
Fans were ticked off. They felt like they got their money's worth. It's going to average out the game today in Oakland that took almost 6 hours to play. Pence with a high pop-up foul down the right field line and out of play. He's eventually won that game.
The talk about this ballpark around the batting cage is the humidor is definitely affecting the way the ball travels in the air here. This has had the reputation of being a live ballpark for a long time, but not so much this year. The humidor has made it much more pitcher friendly.
In the dirt. Yeah, I guess the one thing the Diamondbacks don't want is to have a guy like Paul Goldschmidt say, you know what, this humidor thing stinks.
Well, if that's the case, somebody's going to go turn the switch off, start drying them out again.
Pence in constant motion. On the ground to third, but foul right at Ron Motus. So one thing about Hunter Pence is he's always going to be aggressive. That game in Oakland, by the way, took 5 hours and 48 minutes.
Well, what was unique about that game is that neither starter got through the second inning. So you go 14 innings and your bullpen's got to eat up the majority of it. That hurts a club.
This should be playable for the man we're speaking about, Goldschmidt. And it is 1 out. And that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen took an 0 for 3 yesterday. Four for 13 against Robbie Ray with a home run. With Buster Posey on deck.
Bruce Bochy had a meeting with the club today and basically told his hitters, get better pitches to hit. Stay in the strike zone.
Yeah, you're trying too hard. Jackson scoots back. He's got 1 steal on the year. And pitch down low. The Giants come in 6-10. They are 1-4 on this trip. They won the first game in San Diego, and then they've lost the next 4. And the guy who was the winning pitcher in that game was Chris Stratton. Remember, he threw a 1-hitter. Two balls and no strikes.
Got Robbie Ray upset. He thought he had that last pitch a strike. And you can see guys who struggle with their control. They don't get those corner pitches. They get a little snappage going. Let's take a look at this pitch on the outside where Ray thought he should have had a strike. It was close. Well, there's not a pitcher on this planet that doesn't want that. That's our pitch catch, brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company.
D-backs are very good at home. They're 6-1 to start out the season at home. Remember, they swept the Dodgers here. It was on their first homestand.
I thought the pitch before that was better than that one.
So right now, nobody quite knows what the strike zone is.
Well, it can move around a little bit. I mean, this is a 2-0 fastball.
It's the same pitch.
Only higher. And remember, Cuzzy's a low ball guy. At least that has been his tendency.
Oh boy. Center field. Pollock will move back. 2 outs.
All right, time now for our Ford Smart Play. It's brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers. And last Wednesday, Buster Posey hit a 2-run homer off Robbie Ray. And at the time, it tied the score. That's our smart play, brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers.
Buster cooled off a little bit since the first 10 days of the season. He's hitting .294. A couple of home runs. He's got 8 runs batted in. Not close. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants are overall 3-6 in their 9 games on the road. Remember, the first 4 games of the year were in LA, where they split that series. And a strike.
Good 1-0 pitch there from Robbie Ray. The infield here is fast. The gaps in the outfield, fast.
See if Jackson has any thoughts of going. Way outside. Nice play by Avila. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Those are easy takes. You always wonder if the ballpark is going to change when they open the roof like they have tonight, and the back panels behind center field. Tonight the flags aren't even moving, so there's 0 wind here. So it's, I think it's pretty live from foul line to foul line. We'll assume that it wasn't batting practice. Last night they had one of the problems with the panel, the number 2 panel there in the middle, that was closed up. So they fixed that problem. They had them all open today. When they open it up, it's just gorgeous. The weather down here since the Giants have got into the Phoenix area has been outstanding. Great baseball weather.
High pop-up foul. You see Buster upset that he even swung at that. It's 2-2. There's a good look at the panels that are open. Always made a big stink about it when Schilling and Randy Johnson were pitching here. They wanted them closed.
Well, they felt that there was a little wind that kind of swirled on the back of this stadium and then pushed its way out and would help balls get out of the ballpark. And when you were as good as Schilling and Randy Johnson, you pretty much could have it any way you wanted it.
Yeah, if they wanted to tear him out, they could have had that done.
That's right. And all those guys did was bring this franchise a world championship in 2001.
Jackson will go. Here's the payoff. And Posey's out swinging. A 3-2 breaking ball. Chris Stratton's coming out.
It's the best pitch he threw the whole inning.
And here's the lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It'll be Peralta who will lead things off. He It struck out 3 times, and then he got the big hit in the 8th inning to knock in the only run of the game last night. So Peralta in the leadoff spot. Then it's Marte, Goldschmidt, and A.J. Pollock. He'll be the cleanup hitter. Then it's Descalzo, Avila, and Nick Ahmed, followed by Dyson, who will hit 8th, and then Robbie Ray 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants, who will be Chris Stratton, the 27-year-old right-hander, 6'2", 210-pounder. That's what he has done in 3 starts, 1-1 with an excellent 2.60 ERA. Lifetime against these Diamondbacks, 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA. When he's right, you're going to see a fastball that goes low to mid-90s that he will pitch with consistency to all 4 corners of the strike zone. He will 2 and 4 seam that fastball. He's got a slider, curveball, very good curveball, and a changeup.
Here's Peralta, and the first pitch strike to Peralta, hitting at 333. Couple of home runs, 7 driven in. And he rolls the first breaking ball foul. It's 0-2. Marte to follow. Johnny Cueto last night, awesome. 7 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 11 strikeouts.
Yeah, he pitched beautifully.
Up the middle, and a base hit.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively behind Chris Stratton tonight. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Pence, Jackson, and McCutcheon. Crawford, Longoria on the left side of the infield. Tomlinson, Belt on the right side with Panic getting the night off. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Marte. Mike mentioned how quick the infield is. That's an example of it. Marte takes high and wide. First pitch out of the stretch. Hitting .254 with 7 runs batted in. Marte with an 0 for 4 last night. Down the left field line, that'll be out of play.
You know, one of the things that's always been problematic for the grounds crew here at Chase Field is growing grass. And what they do in the daytime in the summer is they open up the roof so you get sunlight on the grass. Well, in doing so, it really bakes out the dirt. And because of that, I mean, this has always been a hard infield.
Well, it looks perfect now, but you know, now is not when it looks imperfect. It's in August.
Yeah, April grass is always perfect. It's all brand new.
Two balls and 1 strike. Peralta has 1 steal. This is not a team that runs a lot. A.J. Pollock has 4 steals, and that leads the team. Slicing foul. It's 2-2.
You know, we talked a little bit about the stolen base last night, and it's just not something you see when you compare it to other generations. I mean, it's just teams don't run as much. And I think because of that, a lot of guys don't hold runners on quite as well as other generations have.
Tapped. Stratton gets 1 there, and that's it.
Time now for our Coors Light refreshing finish. And Thursday in San Diego, Chris Stratton, well, he went 7 innings strong, allowed 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts on 101 pitches. He was brilliant. The defense behind him was brilliant. And that's our Coors Light refreshing finish.
Here's Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt takes a strike at the knees. He was 0 for 2 in the game last night. He's starting to heat up. Tapped, or actually fouled into the glove of Posey. It's 0-2.
I mean, great hitters, though. You just assume that they're going to find it, even if they've been cold. Much like what we saw with Goldschmidt in San Francisco. He was stone cold coming into the series. The Giants played the D-backs back home. And he didn't look that way when the Giants played him. I mean, he looked good, as always.
And an 0-2 waste pitch. It's 1-2. A.J. Pollock is on deck, just underway. Glad you joined us. A lot going on around the world of sports with hockey and basketball. In the dirt, it's 2-2. See where Buster Posey sets up. Marte does not have a steal.
But he's quick.
He is quick. I'm surprised that he doesn't. 0-2 to 3-2.
You know, a lot of time the hitters will decide that. And maybe Paul Goldschmidt doesn't like it when a guy moves. Matt Williams was that way. He didn't like it when guys are running, trying to steal a base when he was in the batter's box. It took his eye off the ball, and he would pick up that movement.
Well, I'd be shocked if he's not going now. 3-2. He does not go, and that's strike 3 call.
Good tight little curveball on the outside corner.
Buster Posey said, well, that's what I saw 3-2. I'm going to get Goldschmidt the same way.
When you're talking about Stratton, I mean, you will call any pitch at any time, and that's one of the things that is a strength for him. And you can say about all of his pitches. Got a nice command to everything.
So here's Pollock. Pollock at 259. Towards the hole. Side retired. Both teams get their leadoff hitter on, and then nothing. Longoria will lead things off.
Brought to you by Mr. Pickle's Sandwich Shop. Other joints are all bread and no beef. So get on over to Mr. Pickle's and get yourself a barbecue tri-tip sandwich.
Nothing. Top of the second. Here's Longoria. So Longoria showing some signs in San Diego. And he's starting to feel better at the plate. And he ropes this one down the third base line. And on one pitch, he's going to kind of half limp into second base. He's got a little bit of a limp going.
Yeah, a sore ankle, which caused him to miss yesterday's ball game. I love it about veterans. When they are mechanically right, they know it. And they'll tell you, this is a pitch that it's a good pitch to get well on, too. A challenge fastball down the middle, but stays back on his back leg. I mean, that's just a good, slow lower body, puts himself in position to use his hands.
Yeah, doesn't wait around.
And stays inside it. That's his signature swing.
Here's Belt.
Belt had better at bats yesterday.
Yeah, he had one at bat. It was great. He picked up the only hit.
Well, that was probably the worst at bat of the night for him.
And Belt gets hit.
Take a look at the fastball. For Brandon Belt, I mean, he's a big guy. A lot of guys try and pitch him in. And Robbie Ray, as we mentioned before the game, I mean, he doesn't have great command.
Yeah, that one hurt. Here's Tomlinson. Tomlinson at the plate with Brandon Crawford on deck. Well, some people might say, well, why wouldn't you try to lay down a bunt here? And it's pretty simple. You advance the runners, they're just going to walk Crawford.
Well, and Chris Stratton's not a good hitting pitcher. So because of that, Tomlinson's going to swing the bat. If he bunts, it would probably be on his own.
Yeah, and then trying to bunt for a hit, I'm sure. He does like to bunt. Very shallow and right is Dyson, so I'm sure Ron Wotus knows that.
And he's got a great arm. The best arm in this D-backs outfield.
And Tomlinson does hit a lot of balls in that direction. Left center field is wide open. 1-2.
Good fastball. It's hard to throw a fastball by Tomlinson. He's got a quick bat.
Longoria and Belt are your base runners.
Yeah, no real threat of a steal here. Still have to give him a look.
Got him.
Work that outside corner for the payoff pitch. Just kind of cuts it in there at 94. Tomlinson, I think, felt that was outside.
Here's Crawford. Crawford has a 3 for 17 lifetime against Robbie Ray. Comes in with Longoria at second and Belt at first. And he rolls it foul, 0-1.
I made a comment early in the game about this generation of pitcher perhaps doesn't hold runners on as well as other generations, and I say it for a simple reason: is teams are not running as much. What makes you a good pitcher and having the ability to hold runners on are having teams that have base stealers, and you learn about setting their rhythm by adjusting your rhythm, having 2 or 3 different types of moves. Base stealers will make you better out of the stretch. And I don't know if we'll ever see the stolen base come back like we saw in previous generations.
Certainly not like the Cardinals we played against. 0-1 to Crawford. Crawford and Robbie Ray trying to figure things out.
Pretty straightaway defense for Crawford. And we see that just about with every team in the National League West. The teams that see Crawford the most. It just tells you right there how much of the field he uses. He uses it all. Got a great left field approach against left-handed hitters.
Breaks his bat, slowly hit. And that is out number 2. Well, Bryce Harper and the Nationals will join us at AT&T Park on Monday the 23rd through Wednesday the 25th. The dynamic deal is for $8. Visit sfgiants.com/dynamic deals to take advantage of the $8 tickets. On the slow hopper, both runners advance. Now it's Stratton, who's 0 for 6 on the season. And he takes a strike. Stratton, a chance to help himself. And the only shot you got at doing that is by putting the ball in play. 0-2.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what he's trying to do. You're not thinking anything more than just put it in play. Maybe it finds a hole. Maybe somebody boots it. Choke up and defend.
And that'll end the inning. Giants waste a leadoff double. It remains 0-0. Well, GMAG is back, and on the season premiere of GMAG, our own Amy G gets a spring training cooking lesson from that man, Evan Longoria. Can Longo help Amy perform at the dish? It debuts this Saturday after Giants postgame live. So here we have a 0-0 ball game. Longoria has the only hit for the Giants.
Will there be no hitter? Something the Giants didn't have to think about tonight.
So here's Descalzo, who's going to lead things off. Descalzo at 175 with a couple of home runs, 6 runs batted in. And it's down low for a ball, 1-0. And that pitch is in tight. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch is rolled foul. Swinging a foul back.
Thing about Stratton, you know, he's not a one-trick pony. He's not a guy out there with just a good curveball.
Popped out of play.
One of his real strengths is his fastball command, and then, you know, curveballs can be temperamental. Some days they don't show up, or they don't show up in the first couple of innings. You might pick it up the 4th or 5th, whatever. Sliders are a little more predictable, but they can have a mind of their own. But fastballs and changeups, they'll show up. And if you can spot your fastball and pitch on the corners of the strike zone like he can, you know, you can get by. And that means get by without a breaking ball for a long time.
3-2.
Greatest pitch they ever invented is the fastball.
Tap foul again. Well, there's a couple of the Sabian boys. The younger one in the orange jersey, and then the one on the far right, Aiden and Declan. And they brought their buddies. Center field, Jackson coming in. He's going to have to play it on a hop.
Second inning in a row that the D-backs have gotten a leadoff hitter on. You know, we talked earlier about the humidor and balls that it affects that don't go out of the ballpark that did before. Well, this particular instance, that was a base hit. If there's no humidor, that ball gets caught.
Can't win.
It gives and it takes.
Here's Avila. Avila hitting at 148, and he takes a strike. On deck is Nick Ahmed. And he goes around 0-2.
Avila looking around at Phil Cuzzy saying, "Did you call that on the location or my swing?" And I just don't think he's that enthusiastic about the call.
Way outside, it's 1-2. Not in any great hurry to get in the box, I got to tell you.
He's got his routine.
Overshift is on. Got him.
He was not looking fastball. I mean, when you have a good curveball like Stratton, guys are aware of it. And in 2 strike counts, I got to believe that was in the back of Avila's mind. So our Xfinity fast pitch is powered by Xfinity high-speed internet, and he blew that ball right through him. And the only way that happens is if he's sitting on another speed. Nice job with the fastball.
Johnny Cueto had it going last night. Here's Nick Ahmed hitting .222, couple of home runs, 9 driven in. And a call strike. Check swing, 0-2. The Dodgers are at it again in San Diego. They've still hitting, and they've scored 3 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, that's Luis Perdomo, who's on the mound for the Diamondback, or the Padres, I beg your pardon.
Crawford near the bag. That's 1 and 2, and that'll end the inning. For the Giants, top of the order coming up. It's 0-0.
Warriors night presented by Pete's Coffee. Your special event package will include a game ticket. See the Giants take on the Padres, and the Giants will take on, well, and the Giants Warriors reversible scarf will also be given away. You're going to want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that. And just go to sfgiants.com/special events.
Here's Jackson, who drew a walk to open up the game. And he takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jackson, Pence, McCutcheon, inning number 3. Both teams in every half inning have gotten their leadoff hitter on, and that's usually a pretty good opportunity to score a run, but neither team has done that. There's a called strike.
He's throwing some good pitches with that breaker ball when he's been behind in the count. I think he's got a better feel of the breaking ball to the strike zone than he does the fastball right now. That is not that far away from Phil Cuzzy's strike zone.
Little quick pitch. 3-1.
When you're struggling with your mechanics, a quick pitch can really work against you. I mean, Johnny Cueto is so rare that he very seldom flies that front shoulder when he does the quick step, but it's an easy thing to do, and we just saw Robbie Ray do it.
3-2 on the foul to the backstop. Foul again. Sped things up a little bit again on that 3-2 pitch. Last night we had a crowd of 19,669, and it looks like about the same size. And another payoff. Got him.
That's just country hardballing right there. Just reach back and throw it as hard as you can across the letters for a strikeout. I mean, nothing finesse about that fastball.
Hunter Pence popped out to Goldschmidt in the first inning. And he takes in tight with McCutchen to follow. Breaks his bat and rolls this one to Nick Ahmed. 2 outs. And here's McCutchen. McCutchen hit a fly ball to center field. His numbers lifetime against Robbie Ray are now 4 for 14. And the first pitch is high. Outfield pretty much straight away.
Robbie Ray has had strike one 4 times.
There's a base hit to left field.
4 times in the first 12 guys he's faced. So some 2-out thunder from Andrew McCutchen. And when you're struggling as a team offensively, yes, a 2-out single can be called thunder, simply because it was a loud line drive.
Buster struck out on a 3-2 breaking ball in the first inning. So I'm going to foul to the backstop right between the legs of Alex Avila, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Did you say the Indians and Twins are in the 11th?
Bottom of the 11th in Minneapolis. No dome. It's 39 degrees.
And the pitch to Posey, a shot up the middle, and that's a base hit. So McCutchen moves down to second base.
I think I said that was in Minneapolis. It's in Puerto Rico. Hiram Bithorn Stadium.
It might be cold there.
Yeah, it's probably 76.
So here's Longoria, who doubled in the second inning. Got a fastball, turned it around. See what he gets on the first pitch. Breaking ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Okay, San Juan, Puerto Rico, 79 degrees.
Yeah. Plus, it's got to be what? 10:30 there. 1 ball and no strikes. Down low again. I know you're not in charge of. You're in charge of the weather, not the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You have the weather app. You don't have the time app. There is an app, by the way, for everything.
Well, I just can't find the app store. I've been looking all over for it.
Yeah, I know. You thought it was on Market, and now
that's where you told me to go. Said check out the app store.
3-0 with Belt on deck. If you're Longoria, don't even look at Ron Wotus.
Oh, if it's good, he'll go. I mean, green light. Giants know he's on fire. Longoria knows he's got a good swing going.
And they're loaded.
It's the other thing, too, when you get it going good, you get a good swing going, all of a sudden you start seeing the ball better. And all of a sudden you start staying in the strike zone. Your eye gets better. It's amazing how that works.
Well, here's Belt. Belt saw 1 pitch and it hurt. It hit him. McCutchen, Posey, Longoria. Those are your base runners. See if Belt is the right guy in the right spot. I was going to say, and if you're Belt and that first pitch is a good one, get after it.
They set the target on the outside corner, and that thing wound up going right into the hands. So it wound up being a pretty good miss.
Overshift is on, as you would expect. Oh, 2.
Good, hard slider, perfect location. No mistake with that location. That's right where he wanted to throw it. And that was a hard snap.
Well, now you got to cover. This will be pitch number 53 for Robbie Ray. 1-2.
Great 0-2 pitch. I'm telling you, I think he's got better command of that slider than he does the fastball. I mean, think about the 3-2 pitch he struck out Buster Posey with. That was a nasty slider. And here in an 0-2 count, he absolutely paints that pitch away. I mean, that's right where he wanted to throw that thing.
McCutchen, Posey, Longoria. It's 1-2 to Belt. And Belt fouls it back.
Just missed it. Bell's been putting a lot of extra time in the batting cage. Head stayed down nice through that swing. But from a 1-2 count from Robbie Ray, I don't think he wanted to bite off that much strike zone. That's why I think he kind of got away with one there.
Yeah, I think he wants to get him out with the breaking ball. Nice block, 2-2. So Ray and Avila trying to come up with a pitch that they can agree on. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got him, and that'll end the inning. That's what he wanted to get to, and he made the pitch. It remains 0-0. With a 105 start. And by the way, the first 7,500 kids are going to receive a pair of Hunter Pence socks courtesy of Central Oregon Visitors Association. sfgiants.com. Here's Gerard Dyson, and he takes a strike. It'll be Dyson, and then Robbie Ray, and then David Peralta. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter Pence moving over towards the line, and he'll put it away. And here's Robbie Ray, who's 0 for 5 on the year.
Number 38, Robbie Ray.
Pretty good hitter, though, overall in his career.
You got to be careful with him, absolutely.
I mean, you hit 188. I mean, that's like as a pitcher, that's like a regular hitting 288.
1-1 pitch to Robbie Ray. He took a healthy rip, almost fell down. It's 1-2.
He was swinging for a single.
Two and two. Got him.
With the fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Stratton. So one thing he really has established his first time through the lineup is that he's going both sides of the plate with that fastball.
Yep.
And I think that's one real important thing you have to do early in the game. And there's a reason for that.
Peralta with a base hit in the first inning. And a foul past Dave McCain.
Hitters are going to go up there, and if they're going to look fastball, they're going to look either in or out. They're not going to just look fastball until it's 2 strikes. They're going to guess which side of the plate. If you're throwing all your strikes on the outside and all you're doing is knock a guy off the plate with an inside fastball and you're not throwing a strike with it, he's never going to change what he looks for. He's going to look outside. But if you throw a strike on both sides of the plate with that fastball, now he's got to look either in or out. So now you've halved what he can look for.
Pence standing right there, now moving towards the line, and that'll end the inning. Giants try to create some more opportunities. It's 0-0.
Mercedes pivotal play last night. A.J. Pollock with 2 outs in the 7th inning. And Patrick Corbin going on a no-hitter. He makes this play against Buster Posey, takes away a hit, and preserved the no-no through 7. And he would lose that no-hitter with 2 outs in the 8th. That is our Mercedes pivotal play.
And it wasn't so much that he caught the ball that was spectacular. It was how he tracked it.
An exceptional play, and he can play center field. Gold Glove Award winner in 2015.
Tomlinson struck out in the 2nd. It was a big out because Longoria had doubled and Belt was hit by a pitch. Nobody out. 1st and 2nd. And Tomlinson got called out. 1-2.
Slider has really bailed out Robbie Ray. When he's put himself in a jam with fastballs, that slider has got him out of those jams.
Fouled out of play. One and two. Line drive caught by Descalzo.
Nice play, nice at bat. Everything about that play is the big leagues. Descalzo, I mean, he didn't really have time to take much of a step. He just kind of pushed off his left foot and just extended as far as he could go and puts it right in the sweet spot.
Here's Crawford. Crawford rolled out to second in the second. To left field, hit well. Peralta back, and he reaches up, and he makes the catch. Pitching and defense, that's how they're doing it.
That's how they're doing it indeed, and you don't get a better effort than this one. Peralta high over the head backhander. I mean, complete extension, both feet off the ground, and he takes away extra bags from Brandon Crawford. Great at bat, great defense.
Here's Stratton.
This time through the lineup, Robbie Ray is not exactly fooling guys, except for Stratton. But isn't that the way it goes? I mean, baseball, when you're struggling as a team offensively and you're trying to turn that worm, it's just, right now, every ball they hit hard is getting caught. And they're thinking about that on that Giants bench.
Three pitches, and that'll do it. Bottom of the fourth coming up.
May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
It's a 0-0 ball game. Xfinity X1 customers say, score some runs and show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity One.
Does that work?
I don't think it does, but you can yell at the TV They've been yelling at us for years.
That's true.
Here's Marte. Marte chops one to Belt. Belt to Stratton. Not a problem.
Not for Brandon Belt. I mean, he's really a good throwing first baseman. And the lead has to be perfect. Much easier play for a pitcher come over to first base cover when he can get a throw that's above the belt, around the chest. And Belt does that with great consistency. That's a little harder to do when you're throwing it overhand. Perfect.
Here's Goldschmidt. And a strike. Goldschmidt had caught looking on a 3-2 breaking ball. Here he takes low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stratton about to throw pitch number 45. Here it is. Low. 2
Not
balls
by
and 1
much.
strike.
That's one that Buster Posey will question. Plate umpire Phil Cuzzy.
And a strike. 2-2.
So you don't get one slightly below the zone, but you get one slightly out of the zone away. Posey sits up in that outside corner.
Yeah, he's been calling that pitch, huh?
He has. He's been consistent with it.
Well, remember, Goldschmidt saw a 3-2 curveball. You think he'll see another one? I don't know. Stratton's thinking about it.
Well, if he's thinking about it, Goldschmidt's thinking about it.
Got him.
And there's an inside fastball. Oh, and if he could just put the doubt in the guy's mind, which he did in the first at bat on a 3-2 curveball, it opens up the inside corner to Gas, and he just paints the corner. And Goldschmidt knew it. He guessed wrong.
This is what he's thinking here when he flips his bat. Guessed wrong.
Yep.
Here's Pollock. Pollock rolled out to Crawford. And the pitch. In tight, 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike at the knee.
He has just spotted that fastball beautifully tonight. One thing, if you watch Chris Stratton, I mean, he sets his eyes on his target and he never takes his eyes off the target. I mean, even after he throws the ball, a lot of guys will watch the ball. Stratton watches the glove. Such a great training technique.
2-2.
talking to little leaguers, that's what you start with, because everybody wants to spiral the ball like a football. They want to throw it and then they want to watch it. But if you could teach a youngster, it doesn't have to be a pitcher, just play and catch. Pick your target up, keep your eyes on it, throw through the target, never take your eye off it. Never watch the ball if you throw it. Watch your target.
High foul. Straight back and out of play.
Stratton's throwing techniques are perfect. I mean, that's one basic skill. The other one is when he picks up a target, he tries to throw right through the target, not to the target. He tries to break that pane of glass.
Two and two. And that'll end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Stratton. Top of the order coming up for the Giants. Here's the deal. It's on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus. That's right. Plus. So log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com to find channel listings in your area. Or it's available to stream live on the NBC Sports app. Plus. Plus. I'm on the NBC Sports app right now. Watching.
Seriously don't know what I'd do without it.
Yeah, we'd be calling each other saying, hey, you know the score?
That's exactly right.
Anyway, the Sharks are on the NBC Sports app. Jackson with a swing. Ain't gonna miss. 0-2.
Good, hard breaking ball.
This guy's on it.
Yeah. Checking out Sharks.
He's got glasses all over the place.
Gotta have a spare pair.
Yes, you do. Got him.
You know you got a good breaking ball when you can hang it and it still has good snap and you can get a swing through. 7th strikeout for Robbie Ray.
Left fielder, Hunter Pence.
And even with it being up, it was quick.
Hunter Pence has popped out and rolled out.
Put that in the scout report. Austin Jackson has a hard time with a hanging slider from a lefty.
Look out. Pence moves back out of the way.
Did you see Albert Pujols tonight? 2,990th hit.
Wow. Hey, he's going to go for a while, too.
First ballot guy.
Low to Pence, 2-0.
I mean, 600 plus home runs, 3,000, eventually 3,000 plus hits.
It doesn't happen very often.
Two and one.
He was swinging to give Chris Stratton a lead right there. That's how you want a guy with power to swing.
Two and two. That's the spot that Cuzzy's been calling strikes, even though they may be a little bit off the plate.
Well, and it's not a spot you can pull. I mean, it's a spot you have to think right field if you're hitting from the right side. Up and away. And it's cutting in now. I mean, that's not a straight fastball. It's got some cut to it. So it's starting out wider.
So here's McCutcheon as Pence strikes out.
Right fielder, Andrew McCutcheon.
McCutcheon lined a single into left field in the third. Pitch is high.
Speaking of Sharks, Jeff Samardzija going to pitch this weekend.
Friday. Look out. 2-0. Yeah, he's been in a really good mood. Grumpy for a while, but in a good mood now.
Yeah, he's not a good DL guy. It's his first time on the DL, so he'll be happy to get off that thing.
Three and 0. Again, if you like it, you got to go for it. He does. Ahmed drops it, picks it up, throws it, and McCutcheon is safe.
Now the Diamondbacks going to look at this. They're not completely convinced that Goldschmidt did not get a piece of McCutcheon as he ran by. So let's take a look. Bullet in and out of the sure-handed Nick Ahmed. That itself is a bit rare. But here's the 3-0 swing you're talking about. This replay review is presented by Xfinity. So here's the one we're looking at.
Well, if they got him on the back leg, it was his foot on the bag.
Yep. He did touch him.
I think it's pretty close.
It's close. I think they got him.
Well, I'm glad you said that because you're usually wrong.
Well, I hope I am. I mean, looking at these replays, it just seems to me this is going to take a while. Two of the looks, you couldn't really tell, but one of them looked to me like they got him.
So McCutcheon's out. You can't believe it. And we will head to the bottom of the fifth. One more look at it.
They got him.
It's 0-0. No score. Descalzo at the plate. And he looks at a strike. Descalzo singled to lead off the second inning. One ball and one strike. On deck is Alex Avila. On the ground to second. Tomlinson has it.
Well, join us on Saturday the 28th for a 7:05 new game time. And on the 28th, the first 25,000 fans will receive a Brandon Crawford Gold Glove gnome presented by AAA to commemorate the third straight Gold Glove that Crawford has received. If you want tickets, go to sfgiants.com.
Three straight. Probably on his way to 4. Overshift is on. Crawford now to the right of second. And the pitch. And a nice slow drop ball in for a strike.
Well, by now, if you're a Diamondbacks hitter, you're going to go be looking for the fastball just based on what they've seen tonight from Stratton. So for him to flop that big rainbow curveball up their first pitch, that's stealing strike one.
In the dirt.
Change up, and he hadn't thrown many of those tonight. That's the thing too, when he throws that big flop curveball, but he's not thinking about throwing the perfect pitch that you would think about throwing 0-2 or 1-2. He's just trying to throw that thing in the strike zone.
High and foul and out of play. 1-2. Nick Ahmed is on deck. Got him.
Second time tonight he's got Avila. And second time tonight the kill pitch has been a fastball.
Shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Here's Ahmed. Ahmed rolled into a Crawford step on the bag double play, and he takes a high breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Because he thought about it.
Lifted out to McCutcheon. And a very nice tidy 6th or 5th inning for Chris Stratton. Posey, Longoria, Belt, they are coming up. Well, the 12th season of the NBC Sports Bay Area All-Star Teacher Program, recognizing teachers that make a difference. Now, this is how you do it. You vote at NBCSportsBayArea.com/AST, and the winner is going to receive $20,000 for his or her school.
Yeah, brought to you by the Provident Credit Union.
Here's Posey. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, just like last night, we watched Patrick Corbin and Johnny Cueto feed off each other's rhythm. Same thing has happened tonight with Ray and Chris Stratton.
Longoria watching from the on-deck circle. And Posey cannot hold up. It's 1-2. That's 70, no, now 80 pitches. To the back foot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out of play. Buster waited on that breaking ball. Posey waiting on Robbie Ray and the 2-2. And that fastball got in on his hands, but he managed to foul it back. And by doing so, he gets to see another pitch.
That's a good fight him off right there. That's exactly what Robbie Ray wants to do, and he's sneaky. That fastball, yeah, it gets on you.
Wow, 3-2.
Just a bit inside. He set that target on the inside corner, and Avila catches it just a little bit inside his left shin guard.
And a nice at bat for Buster Posey.
Well, think back in his first at bat when he struck him out on that 3-2 slider. That time he had a little education, a little bit easier to lay off, but indeed it was a good at bat.
So here's Longoria.
It's the third time tonight the Giants have been able to get the leadoff hitter on.
So Longoria, who's doubled and walked, swings and fouls it out of play. Belt watching from the on-deck circle. In the dirt. Things slowing down now for Robbie Ray as he inches towards the 90 pitch mark. One and two.
That's man on man right there. Pitch number 88 from Robbie Ray is a lot of health on that fastball still. Because he just threw that by a confident hitter.
Well, that's a tough take too. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, that's a pitch he couldn't take. I mean, that's a pitch that he was swinging at 4 days ago. Now all of a sudden he's got a better look at the strike zone. He's more confident. That was a great pitch and a 1-2 count. And that was not an easy take.
High drive. Left field. It is out of here. And the Giants finally score here in the desert. It's 2-0.
Well, that's a quick bat. That's a 2-strike count. After he threw the second strike by Evan Longoria, he thought he could do it again. And after a great 1-2 slider, he set up that fastball. This is where he wanted to go with it. That wasn't a fastball, it was a breaking ball. And that felt good.
Home run number 3 for Longoria. See what he's done the last 6 games.
Boy, and the day that he fixed it, he knew it going in. I mean, he's really backed up his word.
Belt takes it right down the pipe, 0-2. Belt takes just a bit high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's that confident, I'm going to take this high fastball that it's not going to be a strike, that Belt takes all the time. And sometimes umpires will call it. As he goes down, 9 strikeouts.
Let's take a look at the breaking ball. I mean, that was in. A lot of guys get jammed by it, but if you have inside-out approach, that's a pitch you can beat. I mean, that's a bent arm swing. He hit it 415 feet. Gives you an idea how strong his hands are.
Tomlinson's going to flip one into right field, a base hit. Fernando Salas, by the way, is getting loose in the D-backs bullpen.
Take a look at the elbows bent through the swing. It just stays inside, and then that bat head unleashes. It's got some weight to it. And I think it's especially satisfying to a hitter when they can take a pretty good pitch. I know it was up, but it was still in. Guys from the right side have a tough time getting extended off that pitch from Robbie Ray. And Longoria beat him. And that's got to feel real good to Longoria.
Here's Crawford, who lined one over the head of Peralta, but Peralta made a great leaping catch. And he swings and fouls this one in and out of Avila's glove. No balls and 1 strike.
The slump is over.
And a little low to Crawford. Say this about Robbie Ray, his velocity has been consistent from pitch 1 to pitch 97. Runner goes, swing and a miss, slings it down to second, and they got him. I would think that that was a hit and run, and Crawford tried to get a piece of it, but he didn't.
Well, what it was a perfect throw. I mean, Avila just puts this on the dot. Thomas had never had a chance. Guys checked it. Bam Bam Mullins.
So it's 1-2 to Crawford. Now 2 outs. Wrap to Ahmed. And that'll end the inning. Giants are on the board as Evan Longoria knocks out his 3rd home run of the year. As this thing was high, majestic, it kept carrying, and it's bye-bye baby. Giants 2, D-backs nothing. Two nothing Giants, bottom of the 6th. It'll be Dyson, and then it looks like a pinch hitter, Christian Walker, who's on deck. Dyson popped out to Hunter Pence in the 3rd inning. Here he pops up another one. With Dyson's speed, that's not what you want to do.
Well, and you get it done in 1 pitch. Even better.
Frank Robinson say, all right, here's what we're going to do. I'll give you $10 for every ball you hit on the ground, and you give me $10 for every ball you hit in the air.
Guys with speed, that's what he do.
Absolutely. But then try to collect.
Yeah, well, that's back when minimum wage was $20,000.
Hey, Frank, you always just get out. Dribble to the backstop. Peralta to follow. Pop up. Belt. 2 outs. And here's Peralta. Peralta opened up the bottom of the first with a base hit. He has one of the 2 singles for the D-backs.
Yeah, he's had pretty good swings against Stratton. Not many can say that in this game. Stratton has been that good.
No balls and 1 strike. Oh, and 2.
Fastball. Uses it so well. 2 different types of grip. Establishes the knees, establishes inside out. He elevates both sides of the plate.
Pence moving over. And it's off his glove. I don't think I've ever seen Hunter Pence do that. It doesn't appear that he lost it in the lights.
Well, he gets back and had plenty of time and just
He missed it.
he just whiffs.
Yep.
So Chris Stratton going to be asked to pitch through an error here. And this all of a sudden becomes a big part of this ball game, because it has created opportunity for the D-backs, and they haven't had a lot against Stratton. First time of the night they've had a runner at second base.
There's a pitch outside for a ball. Two and 0.
Now you got Paul Goldschmidt on deck, so it's not like you have an open base here. 2-run lead. Marte has got to see a challenge here.
A nice pitch as he cues it foul.
Oh, I mean, he's behind the count and he still puts that ball in the corner with that fastball. It's one thing you learn when there's an error made behind you. You make it a personal challenge to pick that teammate up.
Out of play, 2 and 2.
You don't get upset because you have to throw extra pitches. You don't get mad. You just address the matter at hand with the sole purpose of picking up your teammate. That's your goal. And it's a great motivator if you can make your mind work that way.
Out of play.
Because when you pick your teammate up in this type of a situation, that's an embarrassing error for Hunter Pence. If you can make that error be forgotten, Hunter Pence will not forget that. And somewhere down the road, he will pick you up. He will make a great play for you. He will get a hit for you that gives you the lead. And that's how it works.
Tap slowly. And nice play by Tomlinson. As Stratton may have got a little piece of it, and that's going to end the inning. All right.
Shutdown inning, and he pitched through an error.
Absolutely.
T-Mobile, and one of the big stories of this game tonight is Evan Longoria, who continues to absolutely rake. He discovered the swing in San Diego. He has taken it to Arizona, and the big swing of the bat, a 2-run home run in the 6th inning, which has given the Giants a 2-0 lead. And that is Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Fernando Salas is the new pitcher facing Chris Stratton. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
So the veteran right-hander Fernando Salas coming in for the 8th time this year. Good numbers. Salas has a fastball right around 90, but a good hard slider and a great changeup. I mean, it's not a changeup that's got big speed differential from the fastball, but it's really a good one. And he'll throw anything at any time. But how about Chris Stratton? I mean, picking up Hunter Pence, shutdown inning on top of it, and then when the inning was over, Hunter Pence, I mean, he went in there and sought him out, and then he told him thank you.
Plus, he's going to hit one out here. It's going to be a great night. Well, he's going to get a hit anyway.
How about that?
Third hit in his career. Here's Austin Jackson. Jackson has walked and he struck out twice, both times swinging. Out of play. Hunter Pence on deck. Tap foul. Jackson steps out, adjusts the batting gloves. Foul back again. Giants with 2 runs in the 5th, the first runs in the series. There's been 8 hits in the game. This is dribbled foul.
Well, that's the big hit right there. Evan Longoria's 2-run bomb. But if you're the Giants, you got to be in the add-on mode.
Add-on, especially late. Out of play.
Jackson waited well on that pitch.
Down low. So Robbie Ray in 6 innings struck out 9.
Yeah, he threw the ball well. It's just Chris Stratton has been that much better. There's a good battle going on right now between Jackson and Salas.
Shot knocked down by Descalzo. He goes to second for one, and it ends up being a double play. I don't believe it.
Turning that worm, not an easy thing to do when you're trying to get the offense going. The Giants have had a lot of really hard hit balls that have been caught by great defense. And you can add this to it. Descalzo knocks it down from the knees, a one-hopper. And Ketel Marte, I mean, he makes a great pivot at second base. I mean, it had to be good. That ball was blistered, but with Jackson, he's still going to put speed on a play. And in the end, not even close. Good at bat.
And the pitch is down low to Hunter Pence. Yeah, bat speed on that. Exit velocity was 108. One ball and one strike.
There's the first part of the play. Now from the knees, he throws a one hopper to Marte. He comes across, fields it, and then unloads. He's got a great arm. It's the big leagues. It's just a big league hang with him too.
2 balls and a strike. That's that one that's probably off the plate, but he's been calling it a strike.
Well, it's just paint. It's not one you can do a whole lot about. I mean, if a guy throws that up there, you're lucky if you foul it off. I mean, that's the same pitch.
It is.
So there it is. It's a 50-50 pitch. Half the time you get it, half the time you don't. But it's a tough one to take when you've had it called a strike to pitch before.
And that'll end the inning. It remains 2-0 Giants. Dealer. A nice start by Robbie Ray. A nice start. And still in the game is Chris Stratton. Longoria is the story offensively. As he's 2 for 2, he's got a 2-run home run. That's the difference in the game. So here's Goldschmidt to lead things off. And Goldschmidt hits a high foul and out of play.
It's been a pretty good guessing match between Stratton and Goldschmidt tonight. I mean, he has struck him out twice, but both times he struck him out in 3-2 counts, once with a called strike 3 curveball, once with a called strike 3 fastball.
In tight. Coming in is Jackson, and it gets by him. And it's going to roll for a while.
Well, and if you're Chris Stratton, I mean, you want your center fielder to gamble. You got a 2-run lead. I mean, we've seen Jackson come in on the ball. It's one of his strengths. This time, just couldn't get the glove down in time. Backed up beautifully there from Pence. An aggressive play, and that time it didn't work for you, but the 2-run lead, gamble. 1-run lead, different.
So here's Pollock. Outside to Pollock.
80 pitches on the night.
Stratton comes in with a strike. Descalzo on deck. Out of play.
One fastball after another. Yeah, I'm so impressed with what he's done, not only tonight. Think back about his last outing in San Diego when he went 7 one-hit shutout innings. Same thing with the fastball. And he's doing it on the road.
Got him.
Man at second, nobody out. Strikeouts what you're pitching for. And when you could do that to the heart of the lineup, to a cleanup hitter, you've done a good job. Second strikeout of Pollock tonight, and 7th strikeout overall for Stratton. And he saved that breaking ball. The whole at bat was fastball till the payoff pitch. Left him standing.
Descalzo is 0 for 2. Make that 1 for 2. He singled in the second. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
That's changeup. And think, man, you can count the number of times he's thrown that changeup tonight on your hand, on one hand. And here he throws it on a first pitch, and that was a beauty.
Maybe he crossed up Buster.
Well, they can laugh about it now. They got the strike. I think you're right. You bring the shortstop in. Somebody got crossed up there. But they still get the 0-1. And it's the best changeup he threw all night.
Yeah, they may be concerned that Goldschmidt's given location too. Because once Crawford finished their meeting, he went to talk to Tomlinson. So maybe they're changing the signs as that pitch is high.
Well, you watch Posey. I mean, he's going to give that target late now. Posey will give the sign, and he's going to sit there and stare at Goldschmidt. And at the very last instance, he's going to set up his target.
Oh, he sure did. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Good call.
Broke him down with that fastball up and in. Beautiful pitch. Well, your instincts were correct. They did suspect Goldschmidt from giving signs.
He's a bad guy, Goldschmidt.
Yeah, well, he's the kind of bad guy you hope your daughter marries.
1-2. Hit out to right. McCutcheon is there. He'll make the catch.
Oh, another well-placed fastball. I mean, it's not an easy thing to get in tight to Descalso. And Stratton just did on pitch number 87.
Avila's beard is so good it looks like it's painted on.
G.I. Joe.
I mean, it is awesome.
I wanted a beard like G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was like 8 years old.
Of course. And you know, I've seen when you've grown a beard, it doesn't at all look like G.I. Joe's.
No. Looks like Greg Popovich.
Avila is struck out twice. And the first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Stratton's going to slow things down just a little bit as he rubs up the baseball. Pollock and Descalso, these two hitters have been stressful. So is the at bat to Marte to end the 6th.
Not a bad thing to slow it down when you've got a situation with a runner in scoring position. Because hitters will get antsy. If you slow things down, a lot of them will. They'll swing at balls out of the strike zone.
One ball, no strikes. Nope, 2-0. Stratton gets the sign, looks to second. 3-0.
Nick Ahmed on deck.
Now down by 2 runs, and if you're the tying run, you have to know that Avila is going to swing if he lights it. And he takes it, and he takes it for a strike.
Again, look at the 3-0 pitch. It's on a corner.
Tony Watson is in the Giants bullpen. Foul. 3-2. Golden Oldie chasing it down. Hey, babe. There's the beard you're talking about.
Yeah. Thick.
Pretty good shape. Trimmed it up really nice.
Oh yeah, he could scrub a pan with that thing.
It's 3-2. There's our other. I don't even know if they call them golden oldies anymore. They used to. 3-2. Got him, and that'll end the inning.
Curveball. Only one in the at bat.
Alex Sevilla with a hat trick. McCutcheon's going to lead things up.
I'm impressed.
Brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV.
Here it's a 2-0 lead for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the D-backs is Yoshi Hirano. Hirano coming in for the 9th game. Want to know with a 2.45 ERA. He's been a nice addition to this Diamondback bullpen. Got a low 90s fastball and a great split.
Ball 1 to McCutcheon. Two balls and no strikes. Buster Posey on deck.
Hirano pitched 11 years for Oryx in the Japanese leagues. He's 34 years old.
And a strike. 2-1. 3-1.
Tell you one of the things that's pretty cool about the Japanese leagues is they have an award called the Most Valuable Middle Reliever Award.
Really?
And Hirano won it in 2011.
Wow.
He had 40 saves in 2014. But I like the middle reliever getting acknowledged. I think that's a cool award.
3-2.
They don't get enough love.
They do not, although I think Affel got a lot. I think Lopez got a lot. Although they'll tell you that's not true. 3-2 pitch. Hit high into right center field. 1 out.
Well, they earned that respect. They got 3 World Series rings.
Yes, they did.
Javier Lopez got 4.
It is so obnoxious when he wears them all at the same time.
On one finger.
Unbelievable. Buster Posey is 1 for 2.
Arano's not missing by a whole bunch.
No, he's not. In tight, 2-0. Kind of pitching Buster the same way that he pitched Andrew McCutchen. Strike. Buster says no, I don't think so.
Definitely a pitcher strike. So I mean, I think we should do that. You've got the Cy Young Award. Every once in a while a reliever will win it, but it's usually a closer, always a closer. So if you're going to have a middle relief award, what would you name it?
Middle relief award.
No, it's got to be
3 and 1.
But we can't ask Jeremy Affeldt and Javier Lopez because they'll say it should be the Jeremy Affeldt or the Javier Lopez Award.
Right. Three and 1 to Buster Posey. Tapped on the ground, foul. 3 and 2.
And then you have to have the best long reliever award. Why not?
Yeah, that you know, and I agree with you, Mike. That's just what baseball needs, is a bunch more awards.
I think so. I mean, any award you get at this level is prestigious. Why not single those guys out?
And he called them out. 2 outs. Here's Longoria.
Now let's take a look at the fastball. It's right there on the inside corner, according to our SoFi pitch cast. However, I do believe Buster Posey would argue that.
Longoria is 2 for 2 with a walk, a double and a home run. And a strike. I think Hirano's one of those guys where he actually enjoys pitching when he's behind in the count.
Well, he can. He's got outstanding control. When this road trip started, Evan Longoria was hitting 132. And he steps into this at bat hitting 232. And more impressively, he called it.
He got a piece and Avila couldn't hang on, so we'll do it again. This was the home run.
Well, this was the difference in the game right here. 6th inning, 1 on, no out, 2 strike count. And he takes one off the fists and throws it about 430 feet into the left center field bleachers. Fired up the troops.
And a base hit into center field.
He is locked in.
So here's Belt.
He wants another at bat. He has 3 legs of the cycle. Needs a triple.
Belt is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. With Watson still up in the bullpen, I wonder if Mr. Stratton's going to be coming back out. I hope so.
I think he's done.
You think he's done?
I do. And he was brilliant once again.
Belt taps it foul.
I mean, he did some things tonight that were very impressive. Obviously going 7 innings, allowing 3 hits, striking out 8, not walking anybody, but shut down inning and pitching through an error in the same inning. And he did that in the 6th. That was impressive. Stratton came back to the Giants dugout. High fives, pass in the back. Job well done. In all likelihood, his night is over. Last 2 starts, 14 innings, 4 hits allowed. He's walked 3, struck out 12. He has allowed nothing. And both those starts on the road.
Swing. You got to miss. 1 and 2. Bell with a little pop-up that is going to land on top of the Diamondbacks dugout, and 1 big bounce out of play. In the dirt, it's 2 and 2. We were talking earlier about the Twins and the Indians. They're still playing. They're in the 16th inning in Puerto Rico.
Some long games played today.
Overshift on for Belt. And it's 3 and 2.
A's and the White Sox played a long one. 5 hours and 40 minutes of baseball.
Longoria will take off. And Belt fouls it out of play. Bell hits a high fly ball to left. It's Peralta who's going to put it away, and that'll end the inning. 2-0 Giants. 2-0 Giants, and we're looking at some who's who in baseball. There's Tony Siegel in the front row. Behind him, Renee Latchman. Ed Lynch, former right-handed pitcher, sitting in that group. Is Ahmed's facing Chris Stratton, and there's a drive to deep right center field, and off the top of the wall. And Ahmed is going to put on the brakes at second with a leadoff double. And here's Dyson. And more guys behind. You see Terry Kennedy.
Yeah, he's on the lower left part of your screen.
And then next to him is former Giant Ellis Burks.
Ellis Burks, front row with the hat on.
And then we go all the way down. And there's the Cy Young winner in 1982, Pete Vukovich. Vuk! And also the first baseman for the bad guys in the first Major League movie. He's a beauty, that guy.
"95 pitches into it." Bruce Bochy did not hesitate, sending Stratton right back out there. So you got your wish, and right away into the stretch here. In Stratton's mind right now with the 2-run lead, I mean, his concern is the guy in the box, not so much Ahmed at second. I mean, you're going to look him, make him stop, but you're thinking about the hitter.
This is popped just to our right and above us and then down below.
And once again, plants that fastball right in on the hands.
Outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Watson ready.
At the knees, 2-2.
Another fastball right through the heart. Dart through the heart. I don't think he's showing him a breaking ball.
Hit well. Jackson back. Jackson at the wall, and it's off the wall. Tying run is going to be at third. It's a 2-1 game.
Dyson in a 2-2 count. I mean, he hits it right to the base of the wall, and that's going to be the last pitch that Stratton throws. And a fastball, he got a little bit too much of the strike zone, and Dyson makes him pay. And with his speed, an easy 3-bagger.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. everybody out. And the new pitcher is Tony Watson.
Take a look at the numbers for Watson. 8th game he's come in. 1-1 with a 170 ERA, 11 strikeouts in 7 2/3 innings. And he comes walking into a strikeout situation. Every player on the bench tonight at the start of this game for the D-backs were right-handed hitters. And he's going to see one now in Chris Owings.
So the Giants will play the infield in. Owings 2 for 7 lifetime against Watson. And a called strike. So 2 extra base hits open up this inning. Oh, 0-2. And just a piece by Owings.
Just caught a piece of that slider. And for Chris Stratton, you kind of feel like a parent watching your little leaguer out there. You really can't do a whole lot but root for him. And it's all in the hands of Tony Watson.
To get him to fish at that down and in breaking ball. 1-2.
Dyson at third base, one of the fastest guys in baseball.
Popped him up. Posey coming back. And he makes the catch.
As good as a strikeout.
And now I'll have the matchup from the game last night. It's Peralta against Watson.
With a drawn in infield. Last night, Peralta, the winning single, not getting the only run of the game, and it was a very disciplined bat going right back up the middle. Dyson's going to go on contact. Anything hit on the ground, I would bet he would run.
On the ground to Belt, and that's a foul ball.
That's a good thing. That's fair. This game's tied. And Dyson was indeed going on contact. I mean, that's not that uncommon for one out. In fact, it's pretty common. But when you have Dyson's speed, he is in the go mode.
So it's 0-2. Off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Big wide sweeper. When you release that breaking ball from the high sidearm position where Watson throws it from, it's just going to run flat, but it's big. It's very similar to what we saw Javier Lopez have for years, only a little quicker.
Two and 1.
Corey Guerin on your right, Hunter Strickland on your left.
It's 3 and 1, and If you're Watson, again, I know you don't want to put the potential lead run on, but you don't have to come in. And it might get you out of the game, but hit on the ground to Belt, and nobody's going to be at first.
Now Watson throws up on the mound. I think he anticipated it. Dyson was going to go. I don't know why he didn't cover. But he took one little stutter step and just stopped. And Bell had nowhere to go with it. Stutter step and then just lock up.
I don't know why he didn't go.
I don't either. And you're talking about Dyson.
Yeah. So here's Marte. Giants will now up the middle, go back and see if they can turn a double play. And they might. And they will. And that'll end the inning. How about that?
Wow.
I did not see that coming. Tony Watson. 2-1 Giants. Well, it's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. Now, RBI Baseball 18 delivers in all new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Go to RBIGame.com. It's rated E for everyone. Archie Bradley to face Kelby Tomlinson here in the ninth. And a foul down the right field line and out of play.
Bradley, a hard thrower. You're going to see mid-90s fastballs.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and smog experts.
10th game he's come in. He's been very good.
Down the right field line. Foul. 1-2. Crawford on deck. And then we will see whether Watson's going to hit or not. Probably not. Oh, 2. Low. 1-2.
Tomlinson from Chickasaw, Oklahoma. Archie Bradley from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
And when we did our Giants Vacations Hawaii trip, Kelby was known as Huck's dad. their son Huck McCoy as he waves and misses, and Kelby says, I got a piece of that, and Phil Cuzzy says, no, you didn't. Huck's sleeping anyway.
Yeah. Best part about having kids, they don't care. Let's see if you got a piece. Yeah.
I don't think he did. Here's Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3 and was in the middle of a very sharp double play as he bounces this one to Marte, 2 down.
I mean, Brandon Crawford made the play because the throw was low coming across the bag. This is shoot top high. How hard is this?
Well, you're on the move and you get a handcuff throw. That's the one that handcuffs you, because do I catch it 2 hands? Do I catch it 1 hand? I got to step on the bag. Ugh.
Well, you know what causes the errant throw a lot of times? When you're a pitcher, you catch that, and then when you step towards your target, you're stepping uphill. You're going back up the mound. And it can cause you to have a funky release, and it forced Watson to make a low throw. That's a great play from Crawford.
Here's Sandoval, and he takes down low. Pablo, over the years, has loved to hit in this place. As he takes up and in, it's 2 balls and no strikes. And right now, you're going to see a healthy rip if this pitch is hittable. And it was, and he made me a liar. 2 balls and 1 strike.
This is the new Pablo.
Pablo, you're killing me. 3-1. Bradley thought he had a strike. Three and 2.
Seen a lot of high strikes from Cuzzy tonight.
And the walk.
How about that? A 3-2 breaking ball. Bradley loves that fastball. I mean, he's got 3 good pitches. It's not that, you know, he doesn't throw that 3-2 curveball, but you don't see it often.
Pablo wanted to get Jackson another at bat in this game. He's going to get Gorkis Hernandez, who's going to run. I get a little confused. I was so used to seeing number 7 be Gregor Blanco.
Yeah.
And now Gorkis Hernandez has that number. And when 7 runs out there, I keep thinking, that guy looks a little taller than Gregor.
A little.
And the first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter Pence to follow. There's Gregor, a Diamondback last year. Bruce Bochy was saying to us, the guys that throughout the stretch who have really kept life in the dugout, it's been Pablo, it's been Gregor Blanco, he mentioned. He said even Gorkis. Off his fist and foul. So Archie Bradley going after Austin Jackson with Hernandez at first. He may take off. Well, that's that strike that some umpires will give it to you.
Well, it's the strike you don't trust, or the pitch you don't trust, because it could go either way. And it certainly has been the case tonight.
Three and 1. The Twins ended up winning that game in Puerto Rico. They beat the Indians 2-1. See if we can get a time of game on that one. 3 balls and a strike. Swing. Ain't gonna miss.
Pure challenge there. Guy makes that pitch when he totally believes in his fastball.
Five hours and 13 minutes. 3-2. Not a problem. Hernandez will go. The pitch. Look out. It's one you walk into because you assume a 3-2 pitch is going to be pretty close.
Well, yeah, it winds up being an easy take because you're trying not to get hit in the face with it. Scary take. But you're right. I mean, he's thinking he's going to come at me again with another fastball, and he almost hits him right in the cheek. So Mike Butcher's going to come out.
Remember when Mike Butcher was out like once an inning?
He had more mound appearances than any other pitching coach. It was unbelievable.
And now we've hardly seen him in this series. And it's all due to the new rule.
Which is a great rule as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
That was the first mound visit for the D-backs tonight.
So Hunter Pence in his 5th at bat has a chance to do something here in the 9th to get some insurance for the Giants. Foul down the right field line and out of play. And it's 0-1. Bradley bent over at the waist, looks in, and now ready to throw to Hunter Pence. Foul again, 0-2. Coming at you, and that's what he's doing.
That may be the message from Butcher.
Hernandez at second, Jackson at first. And you expected Bradley to eventually bounce one. It's 1-2.
And he might do it 2 more times.
Goldschmidt will lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. Then Pollock, then Descalzo.
Giants have good speed with Hernandez and Jackson on the base paths.
Tapped, foul. So Hunter Pence gets another crack at it. Giants will be able to use a designated hitter Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Anaheim. Bradley now steps off. The pitch. 2-2. 2 walks in the inning. Sandoval and Jackson, and now the 2-2 pitch to Hunter Pence is hit on the ground sharply to second, and that'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 2-1 Giants.
Well played, tight series with these Diamondbacks. Tomorrow, 6:30, hour-long pregame live starts at 5:30. That game is going to be seen on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus. Log on to NBCSportsBayArea.com to find channel listings in your area. Available to stream live on the NBC Sports app, as always. Going to be Zach Greinke for the D-backs and Ty Block for the Giants. 2-1 Giants. We're at the bottom half of the ninth inning. New pitcher now for the Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. Going to be Hunter Strickland coming in and trying to nail this one down. He's got a couple saves on the year. Gorkis Hernandez stays in the game. He's now in left field. And it's going to be Strickland against the heart of this D-back lineup.
Goldschmidt's going to hit one into the gap. And it'll be a leadoff double.
Now he was up there looking for a breaking ball, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Strickland, if you remember, the last time he faced Goldschmidt, it was in San Francisco. And he gave him a fastball and a 2-strike count to tie the score. This is a first pitch, get it in, breaking ball. And Goldschmidt goes up there looking for it and rifles it into right center, and an easy 2-bagger with his speed. And immediately this has become a stress inning and a strikeout situation now for Strickland.
So here's Pollock. Outside and low to Pollock, who's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
You look at that slider from Strickland. That was not a bad pitch. I mean, with the reputation he has for the fastball, I can't remember many people who have looked for sliders or any kind of off-speed pitch off him, especially on a first pitch. And he's trying to throw that for a strike to get ahead 0-1.
Pollock had a good rip.
I mean, that's just an impressive at bat from Goldschmidt's perspective to go up there looking for something other than the fastball. And really, that's just the league adjusting to Strickland, who had adjusted to the league. The league was looking fastball. For most of this month, the first month of the season, when Strickland's been out there, he's mixed up that first pitch. And Goldschmidt set up for it, got it, took advantage of it.
Just inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomlinson has to keep an eye on Goldschmidt. Two and two.
Pollock turned around immediately and asked Phil Cuzzy, was that a strike? Cuzzy nodded his head. Yes, it was. Perfect pitch inside corner. Now, in this strikeout situation, once he got the second strike, Buster's going to go out and talk about it. Buster's got an idea what he wants to do, but he wants to hear what Strickland wants to do. And they're also going to talk about the signs. Remember, they suspected earlier that Goldschmidt was relaying location. Something they're going to cover here.
So everybody now, you hope, is on the same page. Two and two. Out of play. Pollock reaching out to get a piece of it.
And that's where that breaking ball should be. It should be off the plate away. Make that hitter reach. You know, some guys who start out the inning and throw a first pitch breaking ball, and if it gets hit, they don't want to throw it. But Strickland finished that one off nicely.
High and deep to right. This one is off the bottom of the wall. It'll tie the game, and Pollock is at second.
Set the outside corner, and Pollock goes out there and covers it, and he does what you have to do with that pitch. You got to go the opposite way, and he does. And we thought I had a chance to get out of here. Pre-Humidor, it is. Base of the wall. Well, you have a tie ball game, and nothing's changed. You have a runner at second, nobody out, and it's still a strikeout situation. And Strickland's pitching for his life.
So now it's Descalzo,
who's a good bunter. And a good bat control guy. And he's a good productive out guy.
and he fouls it back. It's 0-1.
Torre LaBella saying swing it.
And a breaking ball for a strike.
I think that may have been a split. It's definitely something that Scalzo was not looking for. Strickland pitching for the strikeout.
And that'll be foul.
It didn't sound healthy coming off the bat.
Pull foul again. Avila on deck. Strickland ready. Foul back. Buster keeps wanting that pitch up.
Well, I mean, he doesn't want one out over the middle of the strike zone. Not when you have a good contact guy up there. Not when you have a fast infield. Best arm for the Giants is in center field.
And that pitch is high. 1-2.
Giants playing a shallow depth at center. Pollock runs well at second base. Like I said, center field. The best arm the Giants have is Gorkis Hernandez at left. That's the best arm they have out there.
Jackson runs it down. Tagging is Pollock, and a nice play to save the game so far.
That was a brilliant play from Austin Jackson. And the timing on that play had to be perfect. Great two-strike at bat from Descalzo, and watch the high backhander. I'm talking full bore, and then gets it back in quickly, right in the sweet spot. Boy, did he have a great jump.
So here's Avila. Giants to pull the infield in. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Nick Ahmed is on deck. Outfield, very shallow. It is. It's defensive desperation time. 0-2.
All right, I mean, you play this defense in. And a line drive that gets caught, like would be a single. I mean, you have to be at a depth where you can make a play. Right at the base of the strike zone, bang, bang, quick 0-2. Now the pressure's on Posey to block everything in the dirt.
And a high fastball. And that's what he got.
That's a 4-strikeout night for Avila.
Ahmed led off the 8th inning with a double into right center field. Now the defense obviously can relax and play back. 1 ball and no strikes. Two and 0. See what Strickland does here. 2 balls and no strikes. And it's 3-0.
2 bases to play with here.
And the walk.
Not the end of the world.
Well, now the only thing defensively, if you're on the infield, you have to speed things up. Because Dyson's got lots of speed. And you know, look, if you're Longoria and everybody else, you got to think, what if he lays down a bunt? He tripled off the center field wall in the 8th inning. Here he takes a strike. They have a right-handed hitter, John Ryan Murphy, in the on-deck circle.
Well, and Strickland can pitch to whoever he wants. Got an open base. Every pitch to be to a corner.
Runner goes, and the pitch is high. So that eliminates the force play at second.
Only an issue because of the speed of Dyson.
High and wide, 2-1. On the ground, Belt's got it to Strickland, and that'll end the inning, and that's a great play by Belt. And in between hop, the good hands and the flip to Strickland, and we are headed to extra innings. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smog experts. It's the D-backs closer, Brad Boxberger, who comes in. You can see his numbers. His numbers are so good, he doesn't have an ERA. And he'll be facing the meat of this Giants lineup. It'll be McCutchen, Posey, and Longoria. So here's McCutchen to face Boxberger. McCutchen is 1 for 5, or 1 for 4, I beg your pardon. There's a call strike.
Boxberger's got 3 good pitches. Low 90s fastball, he can sink, slider, and a good changeup. And there it was.
So Buster Posey on deck. No, I almost thought it hit McCutchen's bat on the check swing. It's 2-1.
Boxberger wanted the pitch on the location. A bit of pitcher strike.
Up the middle and a base hit for McCutchen as he opens up the 10th with a single.
2-hit night for McCutchen. Now the Giants get what they want. They get speed of the base pass, and now Posey gets to hit. But Boxberger having to deal with holding a runner on.
Buster tonight 1 for 3. McCutchen with his lead, and Posey shortens up to bunt, and he takes a strike.
You know, you watch Buster Posey. He's a really pretty good bunter. I mean, you never see a situation where you would ever bunt the guy, but in batting practice, he's a good bunter. But I think more often than not, he does that. He just wants to take a pitch. I've never seen him do it.
Maybe a first for me too. I think Buster's happy with Phil Cuzzy when he's catching, not happy so much when he's hitting tonight.
Yeah, I guarantee the conversation between him and Cuzzy tonight.
Tap to third, foul.
I guarantee that conversation has been interesting.
One and two. Boxberger takes a peek to see where McCutchen is, and then he tosses over there.
Boxberger not that quick out of the stretch. I mean, he provides opportunity for a base stealer to go on him.
And Posey with a swing. So here's Longoria, who's perfect tonight. He's 3 for 3.
Well, and he's a triple away from the cycle. And this is a ballpark where you see triples.
Longoria has not faced Boxberger before. McCutcheon extends his lead by just a little bit.
Boy, Boxberger did his best to throw that by Paul Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt making a good play. With McCutcheon's speed, this ball gets by Goldschmidt, you're going to get a runner at third.
Outside corner, and it's 0-1. Belt waiting on deck. We are in the 10th. High into center field for Pollock. 2 outs. And here's Belt, who's due. Belt yesterday had that check swing base hit. He went 1 for 3. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Overshift is on. And McCutcheon goes. And a swing and a foul. And McCutcheon had that stolen. He's got 2 steals on the year. He hasn't been caught.
There's the jump you're talking about. It was a good one.
Ahmed now has moved back to his normal spot. They're really just challenging Belt to try to lay one down. And that would not be a good idea. Very high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, that's the thing when you can hit the ball at the ballpark. I mean, they open up that lane there for you to take it, put a runner in score position. I mean, you know, not that bad of a play, but when you can hit the ball at the ballpark, you can put your team up by 2. And Brandon Belt has always hit well in this ballpark.
Out of play, 1-2. Belt has had 3 lifetime at bats, actually 4, a walk, a single. He's 1 for 3 lifetime against Boxberger. Here it's a ball and 2 strikes. Foul back.
Whew. They set that target away and just on the other side of the plate. One thing we know about Brandon Belt, he will take that pitch down and in, and he will hurt you with it.
One and 2.
Boxberger got away with one there.
McCutcheon goes, and he made it. And I think he got tagged in the face.
I think you're right. St. Giants head trainer Anthony Reyes coming out. Take a look. Good. Let's see how he got him. It's a swipe tag trying to get on him as quick as he could. It's almost like getting punched in the face.
Absolutely.
Well, put it in the scout report, but Cushion can take a punch.
Stolen base number 3 on the year. It's 2-2, not a belt. Three and 2.
And here's where Boxberger has some leverage because he has an open base. So in his mind, he's thinking corner pitch. If you walk him, not the end of the world.
Belt hits a high fly ball to right. Dyson back. It is out of here. And the first runs of the year given up by Brad Boxberger, and the Giants take the lead. They said he was due, didn't he?
He was due. He loves hitting this ballpark. Second home run of the year. It came in a 3-2 count. And that felt good. He's been grinding.
Tomlinson takes high.
And for Boxberger, I mean, he'll look at the location of the pitch and he's going to be mad at himself with an open base. And Belt made him pay.
Hits the center field. Pollock on the move. Still on the move. And he'll make the catch. And that'll end the inning. Brandon Belt with his second home run of the year, and this one gives the Giants the lead. A 2-run home run. And it's bye-bye, baby. Yes, indeed. 4-2. Giants. Four-2. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and smart experts. So it'll be Corey Guerin that's going to try to get the last 3 outs.
Well, it'll be his first opportunity for a save this year. Guerin off to a good start. 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. You see a high sidearm delivery with low 90s velocity. Breaking ball, an occasional changeup.
This is John Ryan Murphy, the pinch hitter. And he'll take a strike, and it's 0-1. For Belt, he hits his 100th home run. Passed up the Hackman. Center field. Jackson's just looking up, and it's off the wall. And that's a double to start out the 10th inning. They just don't go away.
Well, no, they're a confident team.
This is Belt's home run.
Let's take a look at the swing of bat from Brandon Belt. This is what gave the Giants a 2-run lead. It was high, and 394 feet later, the Giants retake the lead. Now, for Guerin, who just gives up the leadoff double, in his mind, Murphy doesn't exist at second base.
Ignore.
Ignore. Concentrate on this man right here. And that is the advantage of a 2-run lead.
Good pitch, no balls and 1 strike. Peralta with an infield hit in the 8th. Here he takes low. And he got 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 4. Hits are even now. Each team with 9. Guerin has sped things up a little bit, but he still is deliberate.
Yeah, he has a process, a checklist to get ready before every pitch. And he does not change from that checklist.
Two balls and 1 strike. Marte on deck, and then Goldschmidt. Down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. It's going to score 1, and now the tying runs at second base.
And no, they do not go away. Peralta was absolutely on fire coming off this last road trip the Diamondbacks took. He was the hottest guy in the lineup, and here, his 3rd hit of the night. And take a look at where the pitch was. I mean, this is off the plate away. And what he's done so well during this hot streak is use the whole field. And not even the range of Gorkis Hernandez, who is a center fielder by trade, could track that one down as it was slicing away from him.
So here's Marte. And a called strike. No balls and 1 strike. Tapped to Crawford, whose only play is going to be at first. And Peralta goes to third.
Marte gets the job done, a productive out. Crawford had to hurry up on that play. So now, the one thing you don't want to do when you play the Diamondbacks if you're an infielder, that's play in when you got to face this guy.
So Goldschmidt will take the walk.
Set the force up for Pollock. He's not an easy guy to double up. Kurt Young's going to come out and talk it over with Corey Guerin. Guerin is a guy that puts the ball on the ground. That's the beauty of the high sidearm delivery. Pollock lifetime against Guerin 2 for 6, but he has struck out 3 times.
Pollock doubled off of Strickland in the 9th. So the Giants are going to play a couple of steps in from double play depth. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Now the one thing that Diamondbacks know is that Guerin is not a guy that's quick out of the stretch, and Goldschmidt's a guy who can steal a base. And they want to stay out of that. They want to stay out of that force if they can.
And he acted like he was actually maybe thinking about it. 0-2.
Face a guy 6 times and you struck him out 3 times, you know how to strike him out. Little slider off the plate, let him chase. I would expect to see the same thing here a couple more times.
One and two.
But you don't want to give up easy takes. And that was an easy take. Look, if he walks Pollock, it's not the end of the world. He does not have to throw him a strike here.
Ooh. Nor the next time.
Yeah, it's make a pitch off the plate, let him chase.
2-2.
Pollock, his last at bat, beat Strickland in a 2-strike count. I mean, he bears down with 2 strikes. He's not an easy guy to strike out in these situations.
And I do think he makes some adjustments. Got him.
It's a perfect slider. And Pollock got broken down. That's a hat trick for him. This is exactly where you want to throw this pitch.
So here's Descalzo. Very high, 1-0.
Avila on deck. He has struck out 4 times tonight.
1 ball and no strikes. Two and 0. Well, you strike out 4 times, and you're standing in that on-deck circle thinking, I got a shot to save my night.
Yeah, you do. And it may come down to it because it looks to me like Guerin didn't want any part of Descalzo.
So the walk. So here's Avila. Giants will play Tomlinson out in the grass. Crawford's playing Avila behind second base. And Guerin would like to get out in front right away.
He would like to get out front right away. You bet. Strike one's important.
1 ball and no strikes, and Guerin wants a new baseball.
Slight pull, shift to the right side.
One ball and 1 strike.
It's a big pitch for Guerin. Getting that first strike with the bases loaded, it's a big pitch.
One ball and 1 strike. Tap to Belt. Belt to Guerin. And that's the ball game. Well, what's the name of the song? It don't come easy.
Well,
it don't come easy.
No, not when you're struggling. It does not. But this just goes down as another laugher.
You think this was a laugher?
Well, for the Giants, yeah, pretty much.
Well, the problem is it wasted a great performance by Chris Stratton. This kid's here to stay.
This kid is here to stay. He was spectacular tonight. The pitching really was spectacular. And the last 2 nights from the starters, the defense was good, but the clutch hitting. I mean, they got big hits. Big hits with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And that proved to be the difference in this game.
And Brandon Belt hits the game-winning home run, and the Giants walk away with this one by a final of 4-3. A laugher. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Giants Postgame Live. It's presented by Toyota, and it's going to start right now.